see you there. Let's talk.
This is Talk Supt with Glenbrook Superintendent Dr. Mike Riggle. Here is your host, Karen Geddes.
Hi, I'm Karen Geddes, the PR Director here at the Glenbrooks. And today on Talk Supt, we will be talking about budget reductions and technology in the classroom. I'm here with Superintendent Dr. Mike Riggle and students from our Oracle staff, Sarah Jalil and Kelsey Kawaiko. Hi, Mike. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Karen. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. Our first topic, we're going to go with budget reductions.
Okay.
I know it's the hot topic on everyone's minds, and we're certainly wondering, with a bad economy, how the school district is helping to make sure that that will not affect us negatively.
Okay. Well, when the economy started going bad in 2008, we took a quick look at our projections. We felt something had to be done. So this is actually the third year that we've been into budget reductions, and we're really targeting ongoing expenses that are part of our business and trying to take minimal effect on what happens in the classroom with staffing and also with opportunities for students.
Good. I'm sure they'll be glad to know that they're trying not to affect the classroom. We have a question from Sarah from the Oracle.
Hi, Dr. Riggle. My question is, what budget reduction measures will be implemented for our upcoming 2012-2013 school year?
It's a great question, Sarah. I think that you can go ahead with that.
Well, we have some slight reductions to staff through attrition. That means when people are retiring, sometimes we rework our positions and sometimes we downscale the scope of the position. And then we're really focused on vendors. We've signed new contracts for food service at a great savings. Also with Beck's, we'll take over in the bookstore, and that's going to be a cost savings to the district. And we've done some nice things with energy, in which we're seeing six-figure reductions across the board through energy conservation efforts.
Well, it's very cool to be green, so I'm sure people will like to hear that. We have another question from Sarah.
How would you respond to people questioning the turf implementation while the district is in the midst of a budget reduction?
Mike, you know, that's really interesting because I think a lot of people out there don't realize that that comes from two separate budgets. So would you like to talk a little bit about that?
It really does. It's a one-time expense. And we're really looking at the overall utility, how much students are going to use that and how little right now we're able to use our main fields. So what we did was to take a look at the budgetary aspect that each year we set a set amount of spending on roofs, parking lots, concrete sidewalks, infrastructure type of thing. We have some replacement of our running tracks that have to be done anyway. So it seemed like a nice opportunity to spread that schedule over time, and our replacement of our main fields with artificial turf can be done smoothly within our budget, doesn't affect our projections. And then as you look at contributions, we've stepped out with our booster clubs, our buildings, and even the community has stepped up to help us reduce the cost of this one-time effort.
Great. And I understand we might have some signage on our football fields?
We hope so.
All right. That's very good. You know, I think the Glenbrooks are known for having very strong fund balances. So a lot of people might be wondering, why do we still have to cut if we have great fund balances? Would you like to explain that?
Well, we have a significant ongoing expense that's going to increase, and that's we have more students coming to the Glenbrooks. Basically, as the Glen has grown up and it's now coming our way through District 34, the number of students south of Willow Road has increased. We knew it was coming, and we've got to add the staff to make sure we're staying up with the level of opportunities and classroom sizes we've had in the past.
I think that makes perfect sense to me. Our next topic, we're kind of going to move from the reduction side of things to the expense side of things, talking about technology in the classroom. Something that's on everyone's radar. You know, you hear all of this about schools going one-to-one computing, schools that are piloting iPads in the classroom. What is our district philosophy on this?
Well, the first important thing I want the public to know is we've reduced in the last 3 years our budget for technology, or since 2007, from $2.7 million down to roughly $1.5 million per year. And that's significant. And we're providing more services and getting more done. But when you look at technology available to students, we're taking the approach of bring your own device. We're looking at Google Apps. We've been involved in that for quite a while. We do Moodle. We might have other learning management systems we want to look at, such as Open Class. We're really building a substantial network for our students that's based on a browser-based individual focus. So that means no matter what device a student's on, all of their work and their resources, their environment will be there. Whenever they open a device, it doesn't matter which one, they still have the same things and they're still in the same place in their learning.
Great. And that probably will make it easier for the students to get what they need from home as well, or vacation, or from wherever else they might be. So
It should.
that's
Whether
great.
they're online or offline, it will all be
Right.
there.
I understand we have a question from Kelsey.
Hi, Dr. Riggle. My first question was if this bring your own device philosophy is driven at all by any budgetary concerns.
That's a great question, Kelsey. I think maybe we want to know a little bit about what that cost looks like, or if that is even an issue.
There's a cost to it, certainly, and iPads, as an example tablet device that a lot of districts are going to, has a high price point. And if we're looking at providing to students, we feel primarily we'd want to provide resources to students of limited income or that have financial need. But at that point, as you buy into a tablet or device, it needs to be robust enough to meet their needs. And I think first and foremost, we said philosophically, we don't believe that that's the right move. We've talked a lot to students, and students have told us, we would rather you not issue a device because I want to use the kind of device that I want to use. And we've adopted a system in which they'll be able to work effectively and probably happier with what they want to do to get their work done.
Okay. And another question from Kelsey.
Could the use of physical textbooks save more money over the use of the electronic textbooks that would be offered?
Oh, I think that's a hot topic probably on every student and parent's minds is electronic textbooks. Where are we going with that?
Well, electronic textbooks are really all over the board right now. It's kind of a market that is in its infancy, and we're seeing a lot of really good, promising things. So in the system that we're creating for students in their learning environment, they certainly can use electronic textbooks, and through Bex we'll have a source for electronic textbooks that
Okay.
can be utilized. What you really notice, though, is in our classrooms they're doing less and less with textbooks all the time. It's really not the driver of our curriculum.
Okay.
Our teachers are going to a variety of places and bringing in resources, so you think of the internet really as being your textbook. And so as we look at electronic textbooks, we want to use them as support, and we certainly want to make sure we keep that cost as low as possible for our parents and students. And I can see once this really is known, there's some things that parents sometimes assume, and you're not always going to save money with electronic textbooks because there's no buyback.
Okay. I understand we have some questions for Mike from our student body via video.
Hi, I'm Anya Agarwal. I'm a sophomore here at Glenbrook South, and here's my question for you, Dr. Riggle. I was wondering, what's your proudest achievement as a superintendent so far?
Oh, that is such a nice question
That's
to
a
start
good
with.
one.
That's a good one.
My favorite thing since I was superintendent was the conversion of 1835 landware
Oh,
from the
yeah.
administration building. When we purchased 3801 West Lake, we were able to take Glenbrook Evening High School and off campus, completely redesign that building, and now they have a great environment for learning that they never had, and they have a home.
It's a great example of putting students' needs above adults' needs. It's
Absolutely.
great.
And our district staff did a great job. They really embraced that because they knew it was for kids.
Right, exactly. Doing the right thing. All right, let's check out our next question from our student on the street.
My name is Olivia Kane. I'm a junior, and I was wondering who gets more funding, Glenbrook South or Glenbrook North?
Ooh.
It's equal.
What is the funding? Okay, so it's equal.
We do it by formula. So
Okay.
each school basically gets the same resources by the number of students they have, the square footage of their building, and there's really no difference between
Okay.
the two.
Well, that seems fair. Let's check out question number 3.
My name is Jake Ozarek. I'm a sophomore, and my question is, will we ever have block schedules?
Okay, so this is a South student asking if they're going to have block scheduling just like North.
That's really an answer for Dr. Wegley and his staff, because the best daily schedule is the one that the staff at the school will support. I know they're talking about it, and at North they've been on the block schedule for about 13 years. They love it, but that doesn't mean it's going to work at GBS. So I
Right.
think it's up to the team here at GBS to choose where they want to go.
Okay, well, that's a great answer. All right, so that about does it for our show. I'd like to thank the Oracle staff. We had Kelsey and Sarah. Thank you so much. And a big thanks to our superintendent, Dr. Mike Riggle. That does it for our show. Thank you for joining us on Talk Soup. We'll see you next time.